Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. First of all, let's just talk about this t-shirt. How cute is this colour? I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe. I actually bought this t-shirt from Zara and there is a haul coming on Mondays. But anyway, let's get into this week's video. I just thought like I had to mention that first because this is literally the cutest t-shirt I think I've ever worn in the world. If you are new here, then hello, my name's Libby and I'm currently uploading videos twice a week. I'm so happy that you've clicked on this video and I hope you enjoy. Now, I feel like we need to have a little chat before I properly start this video. If you guys follow me at all or watched last week's video, then you will probably know that I started a new series which was about different shopping places in Orlando and where I love to stop off and shop on them days where I don't want to necessarily go to Disney or spend a day at a theme park. And I claimed in last week's video that I was going to be talking about it again this week and showing you pieces which I have bought from the shopping outlets and just give you guys kind of more of an idea of what to expect. Well, I actually did film that video last week, but it was a complete mess, and basically, to cut a long story short, I'm having to completely scrap it and refilm it. So I've kind of just decided to take a break from it this week to kind of give me a bit more time to make sure that video is going to be as helpful as it possibly can be. I decided to film something different for this week basically, so I'm really sorry if you were expecting that video this week, but it is coming next week and I completely promise you it's going to be 10 times better than what originally was going to be posted today. But anyway, let's get into today's video because it is still going to be a really enjoyable and knowledgeable one. Today we're basically going to be talking about 5 other things you can do in Disney without going to the theme parks, and I don't know if this is a shock to some people or not, but there's actually a lot more that Disney has to offer rather than just the parks. Obviously the parks are the main event and the main reason why people visit there, but there are still loads of other things that you can do with your day and loads of other things to do when you're spending your time there. So I thought I would share 5 different things you can do there, which I usually like to go and do when I'm in Disney. Normally when I go to Florida I go for 16 days and I usually only have a 14-day ticket, so that gives me 2 extra days which I won't have a ticket for. So I especially like to do these things on days where I haven't opened my ticket so that I still get my Disney fix, but I don't have to break into actually going into a park day and beginning to use up my ticket. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm going to list you through 5 different things which I love to do in Disney World which doesn't involve going to the park. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about does relate to last week's video in some sort of way, and this is go to Disney Springs. Now, I'm sure a lot of people know about Disney Springs. It has become very, very popular, much more popular than when it used to be called Downtown Disney before it had its renovation a few years back, and I absolutely love Disney Springs. It's such a lovely place to go and visit. I probably spoke about this in last week's video, so I'll try not to repeat myself too much. If you want to hear more about it, then definitely go check that video out because I talk about it in much more detail, as well as a lot of other places in Florida which are great for shopping. But basically, if you don't know what Disney Springs is, it's Disney's own shopping center, and it does have a lot of Disney shops which sell Disney memorabilia, so it's a great place to go if you're looking for specific souvenirs in particular. But it also does have a lot of normal shops there as well which you can go and check out, so there's really something for all the family. You can spend a lot of time here. It's a really great place to go in the evening as there's lots of places to eat there as well, and it's just a really nice hub to go to break up your day, especially if you are staying on Disney property. It's really easy to get to and also really easy to get to different places from as well. The next place I'm going to talk about I have actually already made a video on my channel. I'm sure in the future of my channel I would have made a video on all of these, but at the moment this is the only thing that has its own video about it, just because there are so many things I personally feel like you need to know about this. And this basically is mini golf at Disney, or crazy golf. I don't really know the difference. I don't really know if there is a difference or if they're the same thing, but basically mini golf at Disney. And as I've mentioned, I've done a completely separate video on this just because there is so much to offer and so many different routes you can take and just so many questions that need answering, especially if you've never done mini golf in Disney before. But basically, without going too into depth with it, Disney has 3 different mini golf courses as well as a main golf course as well, and if you have a Disney ticket then you are able to play on these I think once a day. So if you have a 14-day ticket, that means you can play mini golf for a maximum of 40 times, which I think is really good. It's completely free if you have a ticket, but if you don't, you can play to get in as well. But it's definitely a must do, especially if you do have a ticket. Again, it's a really nice way to break up the day or even just try a different activity for the evening time. It's lots of fun. Like anything with Disney, it's really well looked after and is always clean, and it's just definitely worth going to. And just whenever I go to Disney, I make sure to go on the mini golf and just have a cheeky bit of competition with my family. The third thing I would recommend doing in Disney World, which isn't necessarily a theme park, is go and look at all the resorts. I think Disney World has about 25 to 30 different hotels to look at, and they're all relatively close to each other, and you can even park in Disney Springs for free and then get different Disney buses to each different resort if you don't want to pay. It's a very easy way to have a really fun-filled day without spending a lot of money or no money at all. Disney resorts resorts are honestly a whole experience in themselves. I think I'm gonna have to make a follow-up video just talking about all the different resorts, and usually they do have a lot of activities going on as well. All of them also have quite a few shops in, so they're really just lovely to go to and explore and kind of get a sense for different resorts and maybe what might suit you in the future. One resort I love going to is the Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is kind of by itself. I don't think there's anything else very close around it, but they actually have animals outside the hotel like giraffes and zebras, so you can easily walk around that area and get a really nice close-up of all these animals, which is normally a lot quieter than what you would get in Animal Kingdom. So that's one of my top tips if you love safari animals. If you are really interested in looking at Disney resorts but don't want to hop between different resorts and keep getting different modes of transport to each place, then I would definitely recommend going to the boardwalk. If you've never heard of the boardwalk before, then this is basically a little location. It's almost like a pier, I would say, and it's got quite a few resorts on there as well as shopping places and just different activities to do. It's a really nice place to go and explore, and even in the evening time I think they do have live entertainment, and sometimes you can even see the fireworks from here, so it is a really great place to go to, and you can even get into Epcot from the boardwalk as well, or vice versa. So it's a really easy place to go to if you want to explore resorts but don't necessarily want to do all the travel that's involved with it. The next location I want to talk about, you do actually again need a ticket for, definitely, but this is the Disney ESPN Center, and I would almost kind of count this as a 7th park. It's quite a big area and you can easily spend a day here. It's a really great place to go to if you love sport or want to experience more about American sport, which we're not very used to here in the UK. I've actually only been here once, but I did really enjoy the experience, and again it is included in with your ticket, so if you do love sports and all stuff like that, then it really is a no-brainer. Most of the stuff that is held here is college competitions, I think, but the kids are still really good and they are really entertaining to watch. You can kind of just walk about at your own pace and do as much or as little as you want, but they host loads of different sporting events here such as baseball and basketball, and it just really is interesting to sit and watch, and just overall a really nice way to break up your holiday if you don't want to go to a theme park on one specific day. And the last thing I would recommend doing in Disney World if you didn't want to go to a theme park is going to sound a little bit strange, but bear with me please, and this is to go on the transportation and really experience different places of Disney World. Throughout Disney World there is tons and tons of free transportation which you can take for no charge at all. For example, buses, you can always get on a Disney bus and you won't have to pay, and they go all around Disney World to all different resorts, all different parks, Disney Springs, anywhere you could possibly go they travel to. They also do have boat rides as well which are completely free. The main two areas which I know these boat rides to be are at the boardwalk and at Disney Springs, and they drive you around the lake obviously and can drop you off in lots of different places, and I just think personally the boat ride is really nice to go on if you want a break or you just want to experience Disney on a whole new level. And another thing they have recently added, which I haven't actually been on yet, is the Skyliners, which look really amazing. Even though their main purpose is to get you to other places, I think they are really scenic and you can have a really lovely experience just sitting on them and just looking around outside your window at what Disney World has to offer. So I really like going on transportation when I'm in Disney World, as I think it almost gives you like a different insight to Disney, and personally just makes my love for it even stronger. Again, these are all completely free. Don't get it twisted, because I know that certain taxis and minivans you will have to pay for, but the 3 things that I have listed off are definitely free, and if you haven't experienced it and done it already, then I would definitely recommend doing so. That's all I've got to say for this week's video. I feel like filming this has gone really quick. I hope it wasn't too quickly. I know I have a tendency to speak really fast, so I hope it wasn't too quick. I just have so much information in my head. I try and get it all out at once, but I hope you really enjoyed this video and it gave you a bit more of an idea of how broad Disney World is and all the different sort of stuff you can do there. Like I said, I have made 2 different videos which relate to 2 points in this specific video, so I will leave links to them in this video if you are interested in watching them. If you did enjoy this video and it did help you, please let me know by liking and also leaving me a comment in the description. If you've got any questions or concerns or just want to chat to me, then please leave it in the description and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. And if you do like what you see and want to see more from me in the future, then please feel free to subscribe. As I mentioned earlier, I'm currently uploading twice a week, and every Friday I upload a Florida themed video, so if you're planning a trip to Florida, I would definitely recommend subscribing, as there is so much content going up on this channel about planning for Florida, and already is a lot of stuff to watch as well. If you're interested in any of the Florida videos I've already made, I'll leave a playlist link in this video now. But apart from that, that's all I've got to say this week. I really hope you enjoyed it and it helped you in one way or another. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon in next week's video. Bye!